So my first choice is to take off the strings. They're oxidized and rough, so I actually started slackening them and cutting them off before I started the camera, so let's just carry on and cut a few of them more. Now I have the right clippers. So yeah, to begin the story, I'm going to just generally inspect the guitar and clean it up. The fretboard is a beautiful ebony fretboard, but it's really dirty, and I'm going to clean everything with a bit of naphtha or lighter fluid and a soft cloth, and then I will check that the truss rod works and tighten it slightly. Then I think the first thing to do will be to take the bridge saddles off, which requires a small Allen key. I've got lots of Allen keys, and then I'm going to have a look and see if they are different, if the bass ones are different than the treble ones. If they are, then I'll switch the order. I want it to be a hard tail, so I may end up making a wood block for the back, which is something that people do for Stratocasters to keep the tremolo rigid. We'll see. But the most important thing, apart from the bridge saddles, is going to be the nut, because the nut at the moment has, hang on, let's focus, has slots filed in it for bass strings at this end and treble strings at this end. I need the opposite, so I'm going to put a piece of wood behind the nut and knock it off, so it should just be glued with a spot of glue to the end of the ebony fretboard. And then I'm going to see if I can just reverse it, turn it round and reprofile the top. We'll see. It's a strung through, just like a Stratocaster, strung through design. A metal tremolo block carrying the strings. I was wondering why the string ends didn't just pull out of the tuners, and the answer is they are locking tuners, so you have to unscrew these knurled knobs to free the string ends. So a drop of naphtha on top of, on the heads of all these screws, 6 hold down screws and 12 level adjusting screws. It's a very nostalgic smell, lighter fluid. It reminds me of childhood. Starting to clean the fretboard now. Sometimes water works best. I'm going to try it with the lighter fluid first. It's taking off some dirt, and there's actually a greenish tinge to the cloth. That's probably because the frets have nickel in the alloy, and nickel salts or corrosion products are green. But yeah, I'm going to use a little bit of distilled water, just a tiny bit, to get rid of these disgusting patches of dirt at every fret, mostly at the lower end of the neck. The very good news is that these frets are full height. I doubt if they've ever been levelled and crowned. Maybe they've been polished once, but this is like a new, almost like a new guitar neck. Lots of years of playing left in them. So very little water, not on the board itself, just on the cloth. And plenty of elbow grease. Does anybody still say that? Use that phrase? Elbow grease. Okay, yeah, the dirt's coming off slowly. I'm going to have to do it with water once and then with lighter fluid another time. These guitars were built in the UK, in Coventry, in the Midlands. Patrick Eggle's an Englishman, still alive and kicking, still building guitars under the name of Patrick James Eggle now. And this guitar's from the 90s. I'll actually try and find the exact date when I get a chance to go on the internet and put the serial number in. But I'm guessing mid to late 1990s. Let's talk about the problem I have. So, come on, focus. The bridge saddles, which need to be intonated in reverse order, so the bass string ones need to be the furthest back, the treble ones the furthest forward. So I need to loosen these cap screws here. Let's zoom in a little bit. Yeah, so these saddles are bolted to the tremolo block, held in place with little cap screws, which it turns out are imperial. UNC 4A4 or something, and they have tiny little hexagons, female hexagons in them, which requires a 1/16 Allen wrench. And when I tried my 1/16 Allen wrench, it applied a little bit of pressure and then slipped. So they've already been rounded off by a previous owner. I managed to get 2 of them off. At the moment the others I just have penetrating oil soaking in the hope that I can somehow move them. Oh, I should say I've sent off for some new screws, because I'm going to end up drilling the heads of these off. So I've sent off to a British firm that does model making supplies, who have the very screws I need. So I'll have to wait a few days. In the meantime, the electronics need to be tested. So I've put on an A and a D string in this slightly weird position to see if the guitar produces any noise. So let's go into my PV amp and find out. We'll just tap the pickups. Oh yeah. So far so good. That's good news. So that's about as far as I can go, really. At the moment, I'll wait until the new saddle screws arrive, and then we'll progress the job. Thanks for watching.